Hi, my name is Enoch Arroyo, and I'll be showing my business management uh, final exam. I made a worksheet for my work. I'm a contractor, so I give services of maintenance and supply to several different factories here in Mexico. This is our general data. We have a purchase order, salesperson, PO date, description, buyer, factory, PO total, bill date, bill total, credit days, signature date, payday, and for our drop-down lists, we have uh, factory unique, actor, salesperson unique, and buyer unique. And well, here I can show that there are many named ranges for our formulas. Here, for all the credit days, I used the nested if function so that depending on the text or the name of the factory, it shows how many credit days there are. For example, here Rexnord gives us 10 days. And here there are 60 days, but that's because it's from Toro company. Okay, if we scroll down, we can also see the credit days average, grand total, which is just a sum function, an average function for our sales, and a count function for how many sales we made. As you can see here, there is a conditional format that shows in green our best sales and in red the lowest sales. But there's also a different format which is for our top 10 sales. They're marked with blue. That's why they're different. And that's pretty much it for the general data. Here we have pivot tables that show the relationship between each factory and each salesperson. Also, who buys from whom, what buys from each salesperson. This table shows the factory, how many credit days they have for our payments, how many bills were sent for each factory, and the bill total. Now we can see the dashboard. Here we can choose any purchase order, and we will have the information. Here I used an index match function because XLOOKUP is not available in this Excel version. But yeah, that's the thing here. For the dates, and signature dates, pay date, and bill date, I used an if function because there are some blank spaces in the general data for these arrays. So in case it's blank, it shows pending. We have also a brief description on the project. Here we can choose any different uh, factory, the average sales in each factory, how many sales we do, and the total sales. That's pretty much the same for our salesperson. We can choose any of our salesperson, the average sales they do, how many sales they have done, and the total sales that they had during the year. From each buyer, we can see also the average purchase they made, how many purchases they made through the year, and um, the total that we received from each client. Now there are also pivot charts. Here it is a line chart to show the chronological display of our sales. There is a peak in February 2nd. There's also a peak in in January, so we can track the behavior of our sales. And here is a chart for the number of purchase orders that each of the salesperson made in every factory. And there's a slicer also to choose and see the performance of each. of the salespersons. Down here, we can also see our buyers from each factory. Some factories have just a single buyer, others have many. And if we choose each of them, you can see the results of who buys from us and who are who are our best clients. For example, here Mario Rodriguez in Drexler. That's pretty much it for my project. I really hope that it'll be useful at work. Thanks for watching.